biggest thing I really have to say about the first 7 volumes is about this volume, which I thought was cold as fuck when I first seen the cover because it was a complete new cast. Rudius isn't smiling. It's snowing. I was like, okay, this volume's gonna be nice. With the first 7, Rudius was acting like a bitch. The first entire, even past the first 7 volumes, but especially in the first 7, he was timid, shy, let people walk over him, had no backbone, would not stand up for himself. Shoku Tensei is unique, quirky, and weird, but I enjoyed it. The main character is Rudius. He's reincarnated into this new world with magic and sword fighters as an infant, but he keeps all of his memories of his previous life intact. It's not really set in an older time, but that's what it would be similar to. Shit that was happening in the story became much more bearable. If you would get past it at first, it'll get better. But at first, like I said, a bunch of times throughout the story, I'm just like, what the fuck? Rudius would just say and do weird shit. And at the end of this volume, he treated her like shit. And the author tried to make it seem like she was wrong for it. How are you gonna blame her for some shit that wasn't her fault? She had a normal reaction to the situation. If that happens to someone in real life, she had the reaction that I would expect a woman to have. And then he was talking behind her back and she's seeing him, and then the author just tried to make it seem like it was her fault for not understanding. The first 7 volumes, compared to the rest of the story, they were alright. This set of volumes is probably the most important to the story. His father died, he found his purpose in starting a family. He had his first kid. He got 2 of his 3 wives. Rugius and Atofe were introduced, as well as Nanahoshi. But in volumes 8 through 14, this is the part of the story where Rudius found his main purpose, which is caring for and being the protector and provider for his family. And that's the biggest thing that drove him to keep going. He also had his first child. Really, when the man god offered it, I wanted him to go and stay with Linnea and Prasenna. That's what I wanted. Volume covers wasn't that crazy though. This was the best one out of that set. Volume 21 was one of the best volumes of the series. When he went back to meet the Latria family, his mom's side, and try to find a cure for Zenith and Felicion. Then the blessed child read her thoughts. We got to see how Zenith experienced the world. Reading that was possibly the top 2, top 3 part of the entire series. It might have been top 1. Reading about how Zenith sees the world might have been the best part of the entire series. Volume 21 was amazing, especially when she said Laura talks to her. I knew immediately what that meant. Volumes 15 through 21. This is probably the most boring set of volumes in all. But Eris did come back. Volume 15, it started off with a bang. You had Eris and Rudius coming back fighting Orsted. We find out the man god is evil. Rudius becomes Orsted's subordinate. He gets his 3rd wife. We introduced to another heavy hitter, Rada. She was strong as fuck. But yeah, 15 through 21, probably the most boring, but volumes 15 and 21 were some of the best. And you got volumes 22 to 26. These by far the best volumes. It's not even close at all. I didn't realize Atofe was that fucking strong. She damn near one of the 7 great powers. She's stronger than Rudius actually, so she's stronger than some of the 7 great powers. We got the best fights in the entire series from volume 22 to 26. We got the conclusion of Rudius' story, and we got the best volume cover by far, and it ain't close. Hold on. When I first seen this volume cover, after I read 25, I have not seen it yet. And then I opened volume 26, and I looked at the cover, and I seen 2 new kids. It's not even close. It's the best volume cover by a landslide. And then you had Laura, Lucy, Siege, and Aris grown up. Yeah, this was a good series though. Towards the end, it was a lot of growth. That was the main theme of the story, character growth. He stopped acting like a bitch for the most part. He grew his family. He grew a backbone. He protected his family. And though one of the biggest themes is growth, it is you seeing the characters grow, but for the most part, it's the author telling you the character has grew. He's forcing you to acknowledge it. Oh, once you get past its unique, peculiar traits, it's an enjoyable read. Oh, I say that. I enjoyed it, but I would not recommend this book to anyone outside of young men. I doubt I could be wrong. I don't see older men or women of any age enjoying this book. But if you are a fan of isekai, I think you should check it out. Now, for my top 5 volume covers, fifth, I got cover 7. The reason I like this cover so much, it was completely new cast. It's snowing. Like I said, Rudius is not smiling. This gave you a completely different feel, and you could tell the story was going to turn. Top 5, I'm going to do it in numerical order, but they're not in ranked order. I covered 14. I like the blue and white color scheme. And then you were introduced to Perugius and the Tofe. And then you got Nanahoshi and Silveril. This cover was hard. Cover 15, Orsted and Eris are on the cover. Eris makes her first cover appearance since volume 6. This one was hard as hell. You got cover 23. Art style changed after around volume 21, 22. You could tell he was doing something a little different with the art. But this is the first cover with all 3 wives in it. It has Siege, Rudius, they're all on an adventure. I like this one a lot. And though I said the rest are not in numerical order, this is the best cover. The rest are not ranked numerically, best to worst, but this one is number 1. No contest. This is the best cover in the series. You're introduced to 2 of his new children, and it has his entire family in the picture. This is the best cover by a landslide. Covers 1 through 6 weren't that good. Cover 13 I really liked, but that's not in the top 5. 22 was nice. Did not make my top 5. Cover 21 was nice, but these are my top 5.